everyone, welcome to my new series where I am doing makeup inspired looks based off of Disneyland rides. The first ride I'm going to do today is based off the Haunted Mansion. It's one of my favorite rides, as you can see. I bought a mug. My account says hurry back on the inside, because that's what it says at the end, so it totally makes sense. First, some facts about the Haunted Mansion that you may or may not have known. So the first fact is it opened August 9th, 1969, and cost $7 million to make, which roughly translates to $45 million today. Construction began on Haunted Mansion in 1962 and it sat vacant for 6 years, probably where all those ghosts came from. The tombstones outside of the Haunted Mansion are dedicated to various Imagineers. Another fact is, at Disneyland, you actually descend when you go into the stretching rooms. You're actually on an elevator, and most of the ride is located underground, so see if next time you're on that ride if you can feel a slight lurch as you descend into the Haunted Mansion. There's a conspiracy in the ride that you actually die. So there's one part where you go up into an attic, and then right after you go backwards and go into the graveyard scene. So people think that you died because you jumped out the window and hit the ground. Hey everybody, to save some time I've already put my foundation on. I use Tarte's BB Cream in Fair, NYX's HD Concealer in shade number 1, and Ecotools Kabuki brush. To set all of that, I am using Too Faced Prime and Poreless powder and just pressing that all over my face. Powder everywhere. Next I'm moving on to my eyebrows. I'm using Kat Von D's Poetica palette and using the shade Babe with an angled brush to put that on with. I know you can't get this palette anymore, but I just use this color because it matches my hair the best, so you can do your normal eyebrow routine and that's totally fine. Now to set everything with a good foundation, I am using NYX's eyeshadow base. I'm putting that all over the eyelid up into my brow bone. The first shadow I'm going to use is I'm All Ears, and using a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to put that onto my lash line, extending it out into the eye socket area to deepen it. And underneath my lash line, and now I'm basically just going to be blending it all out until it looks good to me. For a little more precision, I'm using an angled brush and going back over to deepen everything out. Really just trying to go for a really hollowed, sunken look, so you'd fit right in with the ride. Now again, taking that fluffy brush and blending, blending, blending. So much blending with this look. Next, to increase that sunken and dead look, I am taking Kat Von D's palette in the colors Sheba and Wonderland and putting that onto the outer corner of my eye, to add a little bit more dimension than just using black alone. Also putting that under my eye just to make my eyes look even more sunken in and hollow. So there are no harsh lines, just keep blending that out. Like I said, there's a lot of blending in this tutorial. Again, I'm just going in with I'm all ears to sync everything up even more, since I wanted a more darker look and I feel like I had blended it out a little bit too much. I'm just dragging the color underneath my eye to kind of balance things out a little bit more. You guessed it, or blending. Alright, once you're satisfied with your blending job, I'm going to go in with Daisy's my BFF and highlight that brow bone. I'm going to take Mickey Squeeze and put that on the outer corner of your eye to give it some more color and dimension. Now we're going to take Yoo-Hoo and put that on the inner corner of our eye, acting as kind of an inner corner highlight. You're going to want to make sure to blend that in with the purple that we had just put on. To act as a guide, I am using I'm all ears again and an angled brush to lay down 4 lines that look sort of like a cat eye. The reason why I chose 4 lines was because I want these to represent the 4 pillars or columns you see outside of Disneyland's Haunted Mansion before you enter the world famous stretching rooms. Now if you want a more subtle wearable makeup look, you can just skip this step and do a normal cat eye. To go over that, I am taking NYX's collection Noir in liquid black liner. And liquid black liner, it's black liner. This will just further define those 4 pillars or columns that I have drawn onto my face. I apologize if they're not completely straight, but I did the best I could because my eyes are slightly hooded, so it's a little bit harder for me to make them completely straight, but I thought they turned out pretty good if I do say so myself. Taking that liner, now you're just going to line your eyes. Did a ghost in my other eye? I'm just taking some mascara. I use the Rocket Volume Express mascara in black, and I did that off the camera just to save some time. Now I'm using my cup as a reference to draw on the wallpaper onto the middle of my eyes, onto my forehead. That was probably confusing, I'm sorry. So first I am drawing a triangle and a line, so this is basically going to look like a scorpion once you're done. Now that's not what is on the wallpaper, however I'm just trying to simplify it to make it easier on myself, and if you guys took this as well, to make it look a little bit better and neater than trying to do all the little tiny details that are on the wallpaper, because there are a lot. Girl would have gone crazy if I tried to do all of that. Once I've finished my scorpion, I am now adding a heart just above it. Again, this is not what is in the wallpaper, this is just to make it look like the wallpaper from a distance. Now we're going to add in some teeny tiny lines just to give it more dimension. Add some dots here and there, just looking at the wallpaper as a guide. Now above the heart, you're going to want to draw what looks to be like a McDonald's M. Now above the M, you're just going to want to add in spikes to make it look like a crown. Now that I've got my basic outline done, I'm just going in and adding in some finer details, such as dots or lines, whatever I see on my cup that I feel like I should add in to my forehead piece. Whatever you want to call this. Now off camera, I put on Vegas Nays Eyelure Grand Glamour False Lashes, which took me forever. Like, you have no idea how long this took me. It took me at least like 30 minutes. That's why I decided not to include it, because I'm not very good at putting on false lashes. Now, to balance everything out, I'm taking an angled brush again, and I'm all ears, and putting that on my bottom lash line. Oh yes, so ghostly, so haunted mansion-y. Taking a Kabuki brush and Be My Bow from the Minnie Mouse palette, I'm just adding this to anywhere where I want more definition and where you would normally contour. Now I chose gray as the color that I'm going to use for my contour because I want to give myself more of a dead look. To help blend this out a little bit, I'm using an angled brush. I'm just blending that in so it's not such a harsh line. Now I'm just adding this color onto the temples and up to my forehead. To give my lips more definition, I'm just going to be adding this underneath my lips and also onto the sides of my nose. And beneath my jawline. Now I'm just blending that all out, this time backwards from what I did before. Now I'm using the fluffier brush to blend everything out. Now I was starting to blend out my nose when I realized that I put on way too much of that gray eyeshadow. So to help blend this out, I put on concealer, so no worries if you mess up like me and put on too much eyeshadow, got a little carried away. You can just use some concealer and a brush to blend everything out to make it not look so harsh. For my highlight, I'm using Too Faced's Candlelight Glow, as well as an angled brush that apparently has Herrrro all over it. I'm just going to put that on the high planes of your face, such as the bridge of your nose, your cheekbones, your cupid bow, and your chin. Now onto the lips. I have two different options. The first one is a little bit more dramatic. I'm going to be using Kat Von D's Black Liquid Lipstick in Witches. This is definitely the best black lipstick I have come across thus far, and I highly recommend it, as you don't need to put on like 5 million layers to get it to show up as black. That completes the first makeup look. Now moving on to option 2, this will be more of a dead look, as I like to call it. You'll basically use any sort of reddish, brownish lipstick that you have, and apply that all over your lips. Now I was taking a basic foundation and adding that onto my lips. You're going to want to make this weird sucker fish face, so that way it doesn't go into the creases of your lips and only stays on the smoother parts. I'm really going to want to focus on the outer parts of your lips so it blends in with the foundation you put on your face. Here's your completed Haunted Mansion makeup look. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now moving on to my Haunted Mansion inspired outfit of the day. I'm just wearing this lace blouse that I got from Urban Outfitters, and the skirt I got from Doll's Kill. I'll link that in the description below. My shoes are from Free People. I got these a couple of years ago, so I'll try and find something similar and put it in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed this Haunted Mansion makeup and outfit of the day.